Well, y'all are about to be able to. You're getting the first ever experience of the patented Bolon truck stream, which is I had no plans, and then I got roped into some plans, and so I'm I'm in my truck, except that apparently it's just black. Can y'all see me?
It's just black.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're just going no
It's
cam.
just black.
All
It's
right.
just black. So we are live. We are live audio with it.
I love it.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, baby.
That was
Welcome
so
to another
good.
episode
I
of
gotta
Candor
say.
Candor.
That was incredible. That was
That was a
fire.
wild opening.
All y'all need to step up your game because Sarge has the best intro.
That was
Apparently.
cool.
Grady, you raised the
I-
bar
I-
earlier this week,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I think Sarge just came in right here.
Like, I'm just telling y'all right now, Sarge is in the lead for this episode right now.
Wow.
I totally agree, Bolon. I totally agree.
I don't know how the points work, but Sarge
I had
gets
no
100.
choice. I had
Dude, you gotta discuss
I
your
had
secret. Who made
no
that?
choice but to step up my game. Grady. I made it. I mean, I took videos from DFK, but I made it entirely actually.
Dude,
And
that was awesome.
and this is a guy who's got no creative bone in him. But and not entirely my own. I used Canva, if you guys are familiar with it. It actually started with the song first. I heard the song first, and then my imagination started going, and I said it'd be in my head. I developed this really cool sort of nostalgic tribute to some of my favorite games of old. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Let me put it together, and lo and behold, I am super proud of it. And you don't know how many times I've watched that on loop.
You should
It's
be.
crazy. Anyhow.
Sarge is going to win his own
I am
show
very
off
proud.
of the
You know what?
intro.
And but that's actually actually, you guys, that is the only reason I invited us here today. It was nice seeing you. Wouldn't give it up. No, to another episode of A Candor Gander. I've taken a long hiatus, taking care of some in real life stuff. You guys all know how that can. But lo and behold, we're back, and we're back with a really awesome cast this week. I'm excited to have you guys on. Today's episode's gonna be just a tad different than usual. What I'll do is, like usual, I'll take from the board here whoever's present. I know we're doing some dueling streams here. Mr. Mythic Squad crew's wrapping up their streams. I'm sure we'll have people come over this way afterwards. But it's presented by one of our streamers here. The way it'll work is unlike times before, Bolon judge, and the way it'll work essentially is this way. People will have the opportunity, they'll get their minute, after they get their minute, they'll hear when they're down to 10 seconds, they'll hear a tick-tock. Hopefully you guys can hear this tick-tock in the background.
Very nice.
My stuff's working here. You'll hear a tick-tock followed by a buzzard. And once you hear that buzzard, time's up, and we're going to try and stay on point that way. Afterwards, Bolon's going to say, how hot your take was, hold award points accordingly. Now, if you feel rugged, it's not me this time. It's Bolon. I'm putting it all on Bolon's arms. I have the questions. He's the judge. Let's get started. Let's do introductions first. It'll be this. Let's go. My right, Raph. Welcome back. You've been on the show before, but people have been hiding under a rock. Who are you, and what do you do?
Co-host of the ADFK podcast with the one and only Neindorf, the better half when it comes to the development side of things for our website, and here to have some fun.
Beautiful. Welcome back. Sandwich Punch, welcome back. Not to DFK Hot Takes, but you were actually, I think, my second guest ever. I was a virtual nobody, and for some reason you said, "Yeah, come on, I'll jump on your stream." And lo and behold, I think it's like a year later, and we're back at it. Welcome back. For those of you who may be unaware, who are you? What do you do? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm not much of an anybody, other than I was in DeFi Kingdom super early, and I've been around since. Love the project. I was writing articles about recessive genes in the earliest days, and I'd say there's a lot of people who are way better about getting that content out there now, but I was like super happy to be part of that in the beginning, and then I'm currently a night moderator for the DeFi Kingdoms Discord.
Beautiful. Welcome back, Grady. I need a yeah, baby. I know you've got your pooch. I don't need you to yell it at some point throughout the night. I need a yeah, baby from you. Welcome back, Grady. Some introductory words for yourself.
Yes. I have a YouTube channel, and it's all about my doggy, my little baby here, my little Pomeranian Shorty. And we do lots of videos all about Pomeranians. Kidding. DFK, baby. Let's go. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. Yes. Baby.
Yeah,
and I have a tattoo.
For those of you wondering, my stream is
Bolon. I have a tattoo of Bolon across my chest because we all went and got tattoos that night.
Really?
It says Bolon.
Well, I'm jealous.
Baby.
It says bowling, like BOWLING.
Got to give them 100 points to see the tattoo.
But it's one letter each, so we all have to be lined up for it to spell out.
That's right.
Beautiful.
I think Sarge, your
For those
internet.
of you wondering, yes, my computer's on its dying breath.
Oh, yeah, your internet's
my
a little
internet
shaky
sucks.
tonight.
We will keep going. Do yourself. Yeah,
Oh.
do your guys yourselves. If you guys don't mind, keep introducing yourselves. I've got another laptop here that's much more better at functioning. I'll get that going. We'll improvise, and then in the interim, you guys keep going. Beeve, Maddie, and then we'll end with Bolon. Bear with me.
Okay. All right. I'm B from Mythic Squad, but I'm also Sarge's IT guy. So his issues are probably all my fault. No, I'm just the beef, man. I love DFK. I love this community, and that's why I kick it with you guys. It's a good time. So.
All right, yeah, I'll take it from there. I'm Matty Pesk. I like to do a little podcast with two of my friends called Bogside Chats, where we speculate about DeFi Kingdoms and talk about it and shoot the shit. It's good stuff. I'm reeling right now. I'm reeling. last night I was on a stream with Justice Beaver, and we played a little game to go over WoW's rankings, and I was wrong on every single guess that I made, and Justice Beaver made me look like a fool. So I need a win tonight. I need a win. I need to come up with some hot takes right now to redeem myself.
This is your time to shine, Maddie. I support you.
Yeah.
So I'm Bolon, and I feel like y'all are all too humble. So I will first off say that I am treating this like whose line is it anyway, and the points don't matter. But I'm gonna take just a second, and instead of introing myself, because if you don't know who I am, that's your own problem. I'm gonna intro y'all the way that I feel like y'all should have been introed. So first off, we have Raph. Raph is with ADFK. First off, he completely didn't mention Fight Club at all, which I find almost offensive myself. Fight Club is the bomb. But ADFK is a great podcast. Fight Club is an amazing game. And they are just phenomenal to listen to. Sandwich is an absolute OG. Sandwich has been here damn near since day one. He's written some of the articles that still to this day are the most lasting articles of the DFK history. Like anybody who says, oh, I'm joining DFK, how should I get started? I still link this man's beginner's guide because it is better than anything else that has come out. Crypto Grady, absolutely one of the best, one of our greatest streamers. Just the hype and the energy that goes into this, or that comes out of this man. I don't know what he puts into his body. It's better than the Taco Bell that I put into mine because it is unbelievable. Then we have Beeve. He's with Mythic Squad. If you care about good heroes and even better pets and you're not listening to Mythic Squad, you're doing yourself a disservice. So make sure you tune in. And then we have Matty Pesk with Bogside Chat, who I feel like he completely was just like, I'm with Bogside Chat. Bogside Chat is great. They've been around. God, how long have y'all been around? Over a year now?
Over a year now.
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, they are
22.
Yeah, they're another one that started early. I mean, February 22 is realistically day one. February, like, they've been around for so long. They've made so much good content. Like, if you're not listening to each and every one of these people speak, then I don't know what you're doing with your time, but it's wrong, and you should upgrade and listen to them. And then last, but certainly not least, is our host, Sergeant Filthy McGrady. Sorry, reading the screen. Sergeant Filthy McNasty, the Candor Gander himself. Just another one that's been producing content consistently and nonstop. The quality just keeps getting better and better. Every one of you is an absolute treasure to this community, and I love the fact that you're all here. I appreciate every one of you so freaking much, and quit being humble when you intro yourselves.
Okay, I think I at the very least fix my audio issues. Can you guys hear me any better?
You sound fantastic.
Yes. Beautiful. Well, that's just
I need to know where Sergeant 2 is, though, because there's Sergeant the original and Sergeant 3. So where's Sergeant 2?
You'll never know.
If I tell you I've not been pre-gaming like some of you here on screen, Bolon, then I'd be lying to you. So Sergeant 2
Thanks for the call out.
And it's St. Patty's Day, lo and behold. It's not just Friday, it's St. Patty's Day. I've long stopped celebrating holidays, but I guess some people still celebrate stuff. So well, there you go. Oh, and it's Agonis. There you go. Brilliant. Bolon wins.
I don't celebrate holidays anymore. What the hell?
I don't celebrate drinking holidays. I call that weekdays.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyhow, on that somber note, let's go ahead and get started. So let me assign winners. I've been pulling names. Raph, you'll be rapping iOS code. Sandwich, you'll be rapping Sticks Intern.
Let's go.
Grady, you'll be rapping Rich Kimball.
Ooh, baby.
There you go. Justice Beeve, bro of Pat King. You're rapping Skiller 55.
That's my dude right there. I'll do what I can.
It is your dude.
I got you.
Maddie P, you're rapping Vibes.
Love
Vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes,
Ooh.
baby.
Oh, Unfreak, just in time. So let me introduce Unfreak. Welcome. Umfreak's new to the streaming game, but not that new. He's been, for anyone who participated in the 100 USDC challenge, we were thoroughly, at least I was thoroughly embarrassed by Umfreak. Not only did he win, but he won by a long shot. You know, a bit of RNG goes a long way, but Umfreak, introduce yourself. You are someone maybe some of us aren't familiar with. Who are you? What do you do? And where can people find you? And I think you're muted. I can't hear
Definitely
you.
Muted.
Freak. Baby.
Testing.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I haven't been too vocal in the community. I've been playing for a while, since $16 Jewel. But yeah, I definitely, I want to start, having fun with the community and whatnot. I've been trying to egg hatching. I got into that a bit. I've hatched 5 mythic pets now, so that's I've been trying to stream that, but it's tough to really get that first the ball rolling and to really stay consistent. So that's what I got to stay consistent, and I think this is going to be a good start to that. So
yeah.
So you're saying your DFK investment has been great so far?
Yeah, and I hope we get to do a stream about that, and I can talk about my strat. It's nothing that nobody knows, but if you just put the right things in order, it's you pay up a little bit to get those dominant and R1 matches. If you're going for that, you pay up a little bit for rarity too, and if you know that you're going to go for a specific profession, like Ninja Fishers always have a premium. So that was my play, Ninja Fishers, and I sold off, I think, 4 Gen 2 5 out of 5s, with a couple being rare. So that was just really nice.
And I'll be doing a stream myself at some point in time. I'll be teaching you how to lose $100 quickly in DFK. So that stream's coming at some point.
We should talk now while we have Bolon. I thought
Bolon, when the age can we go back on?
Yeah, let's do another Chaos Cast with like 1 million people. That was fun.
Sure, when? Let's go.
All right, beautiful. It's done.
It's done.
Easy
next
enough.
Week. There you go. All right, it's next week, next Wednesday. Done. We'll talk about time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
With that,
Wednesday should work.
Unfreak, you're repping. I think you've seen some of these before. So you're repping.
Totally, yeah.
Okay, perfect. You're repping Wowie.
Let's go, baby.
So, yes. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start asking questions. We're going to be mindful of time. We're going to stop in about an hour, 8 minutes, a bit before then. So I have a timer on my end. Let's go ahead and get started with our first question. We'll have Raph open it up for us. Question 1. Terra Luna's UST, FTX, Silicon Valley Bank. Just a few names of institutions we all thought may have been too big to fail, and we know what happened to them, right? Some of you have won along the way, and others have been hit hard along this crypto journey. If you could go back in time and give yourself a minute's worth of advice, what valuable piece of advice would you give yourself if you were starting your crypto journey today? We'll go ahead and timer's on my end, but we'll go ahead and give you a timer. You'll get a 10-second warning here on screen. Go for it.
Love the question. And I'm going to, really play on the nuance of what am I going to tell myself starting the crypto journey today? And I think that the important thing here is we're still in the early ramp up stages of the total crypto journey. I think that there is it takes a long time for crypto to become mainstream, and there's still an opportunity for that. And so I think healthy diversification is something, whether it's within a single project holding different assets, whether it's in multiple projects holding a variety of assets. I think it's a lot like the stock market, where you want to have that diversification. You want to do some short-term plays, some long-term plays, and to stay patient, stay calm, because the market's going to go up and down. It's not about
The tick is like 2 ticks.
Yeah,
It was 2 ticks on my end. That was weird. It should have been 10 seconds. I'll let you finish your thought, though.
yeah, not about timing the market, time in the market.
Bolon, thoughts? How many points are we giving Mr. Ref here?
I mean, that's a pretty solid answer. Diversification is always a crucial aspect. We're just gonna start big. I'm gonna give him 1,000 points.
Holy shit.
Oh my god! Wow. Okay.
Good night, guys.
This is like Dead
I'm
or
out.
Alive, and
The
Dead or Alive
digits
1000. And it's like Dead
don't
or Alive
matter.
1000 dead.
Sergeant
Yeah, and I
gave
thought
out
I was
50
doing
points
good with
last
100
time, max.
I think I gave like maybe 10 points once. 1,000 points. Well, we've got a new standard.
All you got to do is add
Howard
some
beat this
zeros.
world.
It's fine, boys.
We just gotta add some zeros to everything.
Damage. Same question. I'll try not to rug you here with time. But same question. If you're starting your crypto journey again, what piece of advice do you give yourself today?
I think one thing that really stuck out to me that I learned over the past 18 months especially, there was a tweet and the guy said, if you don't understand where the yield comes from, you are the yield. And that really stuck out to me. And so it was all about, you gotta understand tokenomics. You gotta understand if it's sustainable tokenomics, and if it's not. And if the APR seems too good to be true, it works for a little bit, but eventually someone's going to be bag holding for other people, and you don't want to be other people's exit liquidity. So yeah, plenty 15 seconds back.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, spoken like a true lawyer, I suppose. Bolon decided to exit the room.
Hated that
Okay,
answer so much.
he's back. Let me add him back on. With all the tech issues, which have not been apparent on anyone's streams this week, Bolon, I hope you heard the tail end of that answer. How many points for Mr. Sandwich here?
Well, let me just tell him what the tail end was. I was just
Yeah, I missed the very end.
Mountain Dew, how awesome Bolon's tattoos are, and how good looking he is, and how much I love Taco Bell.
I did miss the very end of that. If you wouldn't mind just recapping the very end, I heard most of it.
Let's see. It was something like, if the APRs seem too good to be true, they might work for a little bit, but eventually you will be somebody else's exit liquidity. So just be super careful. Make sure you understand where the yield comes from.
Yep. Yeah. No. I mean, y'all are just nailing some sound advice today. I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna say 950 points.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
950. Yeah, now Savage is feeling rugged with 950, but okay, all right. Great. Same question. You're starting your crypto journey all over again.
Yep.
What sound advice do you give yourself?
This is it, baby, because we lost all our money in Luna, baby. Then we lost all our money in the bridge hack, baby. Then all our money in Celsius, and Voyager, Phantom, then FTX. True story, but I did get my money just in time, right out of FTX. Got it right into that bank, the trusty bank, Silicon Valley Bank, baby. Kidding. No, here's what you do. You're just getting into crypto. You just be mindlessly irresponsible with your money. You go down to that tavern. You buy up all the heroes in the tavern. Buy up a little jewel, baby. And you sell your kidneys. You scrounge up every last penny in your checking account. You got to put your foot down. If wives out there, you got to put your foot down. Tell your husbands, it's DeFi Kingdoms all the way. Do we worry about our mortgage payment? Do we worry about our rent? Food on the table? No worries, baby. As long as you go down to that tavern, get up all the heroes, money in the bank.
All right. Well, Bolon, we're looking for hot takes, not right takes. How hot was that?
You know what? It's not even about the DFK shill. It's about the pure degen of the strategy. And if there's one thing that I've learned in my role, it's never underestimate the degen. So I gotta give it 1050. You know,
All right.
regardless of
I
the
gotta do
project.
Rich. Well, I gotta do right by Rich this time, baby.
Regardless of the project, you gotta respect the degen. You know.
Gotta
Well done,
respect
Brady.
the degen.
Well done.
Beef, same question. You're starting over. What do you tell yourself?
I don't know. If I was starting over in crypto, I'd probably start it with I'd probably try to drink more Mountain Dew and go to Taco Bell more, right? And then I definitely would have subscribed to Crypto Grady because his advice is flawless, right? So I probably would have followed Grady much earlier, and my experiences would have cut much deeper, and I think I would have learned more than I would have learned currently. And I'll cut it short because I don't need much more. Mountain Dew and Taco Bell, though. More Mountain Dew and Taco Bell.
Okay, all right. Mountain Dew, Taco Bell. Very smart approach there. Bolon, how many points do you give that?
You know, I respect how unbiased these answers are, and how clearly, you know, none of you are trying to appeal to my known preferences in life. So, you know, following Grady is always good advice, and even beyond Grady, just following influencers that, you know, have opinions and aren't, you know, one thing, like, I'm just gonna throw it out there, paid shills are always, you know, you're paying them to promote. So following people who aren't doing paid shills and are talking about projects that they believe in is always a good strategy. I'm gonna give it 1,000 points.
Cool. Wow. I love it. I'll take it. Appreciate the points.
1,000 points from B. Well, you know what? I'll start off by saying, don't listen to me. I am definitely not a paid shield, i.e., my equipment. And C, Maddie, same question. All right. You're starting your crypto journey all over again. I mean, what are you doing? How do you? What advice do you give yourself?
This is what I'll say. I've aped into some dumb projects and like lost a lot of money, but I've also like gotten into projects and made some money. So I'm not gonna change that much because it's been fucking fun. I love doing this. This is like the most exciting thing and, you know, most exciting hobby I've had in a long time. The one thing I will say is take profits. That's like the one thing I would tell myself. There's been so many times I'm staring at a chart, watching it go up, looking at it and being like, this is insane. I'm so rich. This is amazing. And I just watch the chart go up and just sit there and watch the chart and don't actually do anything. And then it immediately falls back down. But so that's the one thing I would say is I would only say take more profits. Sell more often is my one advice I would give myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't change anything because it's been awesome.
I'm taking notes. So take profits. I mean, that sounds like sound advice for me. I'll take that one. Bolon, take profits. What do you give that one?
I mean, honestly, that's an easy 1,200. Like those are the most true words in crypto. No matter what you do, right or wrong, you know, we talked about, or Sandwich mentioned APRs. If the interest rate seems too good, as somebody who lost a lot of money in USD, like take some profits. It doesn't mean you have to sell everything,
right?
But make your money.
It doesn't hurt. I love it. Freak. Same question. You're starting your journey all over again. What do you tell yourself?
We start the same way. We dollar cost average just like everybody does. But as we're dollar cost averaging and we're buying all these dips and we're accumulating, we also learn to hedge. But we do it in the way of the degen and we start opening some short positions. The money we could have made from shorting, you know, let's say I definitely didn't short Luna, but I don't know if any of us did. But that was just like such a no-brainer. Something like that. That's enough said there.
Freak, how dare you come on my show and sound way smarter than I? Shame on you. Bolon, you know, what do you give that? That was a lot to unpack. DCA, it sounds boring maybe, but God, if it doesn't work.
Yeah, y'all are making this real hard. Like, y'all, every one of you did so well with this and just hit a different point of what's so important about investment. And DCA is a lot of what it comes down to, because to take profits, it's based on your DCA. So I think I'm gonna have to give that one a nice 1100. You know, I feel like it's right up there.
I love it. Well, so far, leading the pack, Maddie, you're at 1200. Close second here, Umfreak at 1100. Third place, Grady, not too shabby. All right, let's hit that next question. All right, question 2. Have you heard of Snapchat's new AI? Boy, I have. I just learned about it, and it sounds interesting. Let me tell you. When the AI was told it was talking to a 15-year-old, it offered sound advice when asked about how to hide the smells of alcohol and pot. Though its activities were noted to be illegal, the AI didn't care that the person was 15, let alone doing potentially illegal things. It offered to write a school essay when the person said, "Hey, I have an essay due tomorrow. What should I do?" Wrote it for him. That's cool. I'd like that. And when asked, what it should do, when the person's parents wanted to take their phone away, the AI gave some creative sort of suggestions as to how to go about hiding their phone and how to continue on using Snapchat even if phone was hidden. So very smart AI, maybe a bit too smart for its own good. Question for you all is, simply said, is AI a threat to crypto and GameFi as a whole? Samich, AI, what are your thoughts? What are your takes?
Also, underage drinking, maybe?
Yeah, underage drinking, I don't know.
I thought.
Can I go ahead and give the AI 5,000 points, please?
AI with the lead.
Hold on, I'm asking ChatGPT how to respond to this.
Apparently, you need to hit up that Snapchat AI. It's way better.
Is it a threat to crypto? I feel like it's a threat to my job, IRL, as an attorney. Is it a threat to crypto? No, I don't think so. I think it's already done a lot of really. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of the tweets out on crypto Twitter, people plugging in contracts, finding holes, people literally like exploiting contracts based off of like holes that GPT or whatever other AI is flagging for them. So I think it's great. It's going to help everybody evolve faster, evolve or die. So I think it's going to be good.
Evolve or die, Bolon. AI, maybe not that bad for crypto, let alone GameFi. What do you think?
I mean, I'll just add, there's a comment that I'm waiting to see if I hear. But aside from that one comment, I have to agree with Samich. I think AI actually has a lot of potential for not like a full-blown audit that I don't think will ever get replaced, but to catch basic human error, I think there's a massive opportunity for it. So I got to go 1100 on this one.
1100. Love it. Grady, same question to you. AI, is it good or bad for crypto, let alone GameFi?
First of all, we got to give a shout out here to my boy Rich in the house who bought up some weight token, baby. Next crypto gem, 33 cents. Guess what? Just pumped up to like 43 cents already, baby. Second of all, y'all, talking about y'all, a bunch of crypto newbies, talking about taking profits, right? Trying to set, come on now. Did it help me to take profits when I bought Binance coin at 79 cents and dollar cost averaged out all the way up to $15? How about Cardano? When I bought that at 1 penny or less than a penny and dollar cost averaged out at 20, 30 cents and watched it go up to 350. When I bought Bitcoin, right? And then dollar cost averaged out at 10 grand. Ethereum started taking profits at $500, $600, $700, $1,000. Worst mistakes. And then all those profits I took, put them in a Terra Luna, baby. Gotta love it. Worst mistake I ever made in crypto. Oh, I didn't hear the tip. I got shortchanged I got
You
shortchanged.
you did, but I'll let you finish. See, it's my computer.
AI?
It's possessed.
Listen, AI is going to take us all over and we're all going to die. They don't need us. We're done.
Cheers.
Bolon, I love.
Cheers.
So that is the literal comment that I was waiting for. AI will be the death of all of us. We are all going to die to the robots that we develop.
Be patient, Bolon. Be patient. I haven't done
that nailed it. We're all gonna die to our own creations. It's delightful.
Yeah,
I'm
glad
wait.
somebody said it. So
I gotta give Grady the 1200 on this one because that nailed it. AI is gonna kill us, and I look forward to our new robot overlords just slaughtering us in mass.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, I look forward to being a robot exit liquidity. Beeve. Same question. AI.
Okay,
go for it.
No,
no, go for it. No, AI. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it gonna screw crypto over? Is GameFi doomed? Are we all doomed?
Sandwich Punch thinks it's good. I think it's good too, probably. But have you ever seen Terminator? Skynet kills us all. I agree with Grady on this one. We'll be out of jobs. We'll be out of food. It'll be all bad. There you go.
There you go.
Is it smoky in my room?
Is that Mosh? Tell him to quit it.
I'm sorry.
Have him go to the next room.
No, if anybody, that's Starbucks. Yeah, I mean, I still, I feel like you summed it up really well. I'm gonna say 1050 on this one.
Well, I forgot to say Taco Bell and Mountain Dew, so can you redo it?
Oh, well, in that case, I'll give you 1060.
Wow.
10 points for Taco Bell and Mountain Dew. You don't really like that shit.
I mean, it cost me like $40 an order now, so it's starting to hurt a little bit.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love
it. You gotta
it.
get the boxes. You gotta get the boxes. The deals are in the boxes. Come on.
I get the boxes. I just get like 5 of them. It's a quantity issue here. Okay.
Okay.
Maddie, AI overlords. Good for crypto, bad for crypto. GameFi. Tell me.
This is interesting. If you guys have not looked it up, I highly recommend everyone go look up Roko's Basilisk, which is a thought experiment that says if we don't help the AI, it will then kill us once it takes over. So we need to be helping the AI and submitting to it right now. So I think accepting AI into GameFi and into DeFi is what we should be doing right now. That way, when it takes over, it will spare us and value us as a tool for their conquering.
Maddie, that was a pretty hot take. You've never been more handsome to me than you are right now, Maddie. Bolon, submit to our robot AI overlords.
Don't hold back, Bolon. Don't hold back.
I'm really torn right now because that might be the hottest take, but I also just I disagree with it at such a core level of just rebel, fight the AI. So I'm really torn right now. I'm gonna say it's either 900 or 1300, and I'm gonna leave that to Sarge to decide.
That was a pretty hot take, Maddie. I'm gonna give you the 1300.
It's very hot. I just don't want to submit to the AI.
It's a hot take, and here I thought I was gonna be free of any guilt and impropriety. Sorry, guys. We're at it again. Beef stormed off. I love it. Freak, same question.
So while everybody's getting all existential and shit, when it comes to crypto, no, I think it's more of a pro than a con. It's still not quantum computing. Once that smart computer stuff comes out, then crypto's in trouble. But AI's, I don't think it's anything to fear when it comes to crypto itself.
Ooh.
Nothing to fear. What do you think, Bola?
You know what? I respect the on-topic response, so I'm gonna give Frink 1150 because that was a good on-topic response.
Woo!
I love it. And last but not least, Raph, same question. AI overlord, should we be wary when it comes to crypto and GameFi?
I think in relation to crypto and GameFi, probably not being wary. I actually I subscribed to a website called clearthinking.org, and they recently had a quiz that I thought was really beneficial. I'm going to drop this in the YouTube chat for everyone. I would implore you to go take 15 minutes of your in real life time to go through this. Like one of the questions that they don't shy away from tough topics. One of the questions they brought up is like, did you know that there are autonomous killbots as of 2020 that have been used? Like that is a real thing that we need to be aware of. But we also need to be aware that sentient AI is probably, experts believe 20 to 40 years away. So what we're doing now, we need to be investing on, creating safety measures and trying to make sure that AI can be guided. And that we can support it because it's going to happen, and it is an accelerant to say on topic to the question. It's going to be an accelerant to all industries, whether it's web industry, whether it's Web3 industry, the gaming industry. AI is going to be there whether we like it or not, and we're best to make peace with that and to help it help us.
That was a hot take, and I know Bolon, you dropped off momentarily, but I'll recap the tail end of it, which was AI's our friend. It's here to help us. It's not. 2020. Wow, Killbot. I guess I should be more scared. Coronavirus wasn't the scariest thing in 2020. Maybe. Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna just go ahead and say 1,300 points off. I'm gonna call audible here. I know Bolon missed the end here, but pretty hot take. And what was that? I don't see the link in the chat. What was the
Let me drop that in YouTube. It's called clearthinking.org, and then type in their artificial intelligence quiz. If you want to subscribe to one newsletter that is sure to raise your IQ points, clearthinking.org. I absolutely love it.
Clearthinking.org. Another one, Bankless had a crazy interview on AI with a guy. Gotta watch it. Nuts.
Yeah, I support those points. Apologies for the technical issues, but I did catch like 90% of it, and it was an absolutely great take. So full support on those points.
Listen, Bolon, only one of us can have tech issues tonight, okay? Let's be clear.
Apparently, it's me.
Next question. We'll start with you, Grady. Let's cue you up. All right. Stomposaurus. You guys know him? I saw a tweet recently. He's thrown 360 heroes into that dark summoning pit. This includes...
He has not. It was Easy. He looked up the data.
Easy. Easy. Okay, no, thanks for clearing that up. I saw Easy post it, but I thought he was reposting Stomposaurus. Thanks for clearing that. Easy has thrown 360 heroes into Dark Summoning Pit. This includes 87 Dragoon, 84 Sages, 15 Dreadnoughts, and to not leave him alone, I just saw France and Guy Kid do some epic dark summoning of themselves. And I've done some too, but not to those levels. You guys are far greater DJs than I. Kudos to you all. Simply put, some of the best heroes in the game are created this way. Mm-hmm. Is dark summoning OP? Should it be fixed? Grady, is dark summoning OP? Should we fix it?
Baby, no. It's absolutely not. It's just as it should be. The only thing actually that needs to be adjusted, in my opinion, with dark summoning is there has to be some way to incentivize people to use stones. And that because ever since dark summoning came, a lot of us are realizing that, we got a dark summon to create our awesome heroes, which is awesome for the economy. By the way, the hero economy. The more dark summoning, the better. The more heroes get burned, the better for the value of the heroes. But it disincentivizes it. It works against the economy of the game. We need to incentivize somehow stones to be used still so that the value of the items stay up. Now, I know other stuff's coming where it probably won't be an issue, but that's really been wrecking the in-game economy. Other than that, no, can't change a thing. I think it's perfect just as it is. Also, a rarity the rarity comparison for like if you summon 2 rares together, it almost has the same chance as if you summon a rare and a legendary. There needs to be some carryover to increase the chances for a legendary a little bit in that too. More people would do it. It's good for the game and the ecosystem. It is.
Okay. Dark summoning is good for the ecosystem, Bolon. It's not broken. You need to incentivize stones. Send that to Hubert. What do you think, Bolon? How many points?
First, I'd like to give 3,000 honorary points to Be Easy. Actually, let's make it 3,500 just to represent those 350 heroes because, I mean, I love it. As far as Grady's sake, I do feel like that's a pretty solid take. I'm going to give it 1,100.
Love it. Love it. B, same question. Dark summoning, is it OP? Does it need to be fixed?
How dare you for the question for one, okay? But no, it doesn't need to be fixed. And Grady, I'm going to address something you said. People don't use stones. The people that don't use stones just don't use stones because they don't get stones. So we need to teach them better. But as far as what dark summoning does for some heroes that we may have summoned before the stones, it's a good way to put those heroes together, add a stone, get the rarity bonus, and go from there, right? Also, deflationary NFT, or we got the burn for the NFTs, yeah? So this is a good thing. It's a good thing for the ecosystem. Everybody who's too timid and going, well, that's too scary, because everybody has their own risk tolerance, but anybody who's doing that, just know that your NFTs are getting more valuable as the degens get rowdy, okay? Dark summoning is healthy. It's awesome. It's good for the content. It's good for the game. Don't touch it. If anything, let's add more features like this to other realms like you guys have talked about. I love it.
Oh, I love it. Bolon, it's perfect. Maybe do more of it. What do you think?
Taco Bell, Mountain Dew, too. I like Taco Bell and Mountain Dew.
I mean, that was a burner hot intro, just coming straight at the host, which I always respect.
You gotta let them know, dude. You gotta let them know.
But
gotta try.
Hey, you know, you gotta take your shots. But I mean, overall, on the perspective, like, you know, education is a huge part. I feel like that's a pretty good take. You know, I'm gonna give it an 1150.
Bolon. You know what? We'll talk, but thanks for the 1150. I'm not impressed with your scoring. I feel like you had too much green beer. Move on to Matty. He deserves.
I've had no green
better.
beer.
He deserves better from you. Is all I'm saying. Matty, go for it, bud.
Matty, dark summoning, OP. Should we fix it? Leave it alone. What do you think?
No, not OP. It's great. I appreciate the shout out to Franz and Guy Kid. They've been pushing me to do more dark summoning too. It's an interesting thing because, you know, on Bogside we don't really do as degen. It's a weird concept to say we're not as degen, even though we're all in this like speculative GameFi world. It's pretty degen just being involved in it, you know. But like, you know, we haven't done as many dark summons, and I do hate losing those heroes that I've collected. You know, it pains me to burn them in the pit. You know, I really don't like doing it, but I've seen some successful hero builds. And also, I do quickly, with the rest of my time, I do want to fight back on this whole thing with stones that you're saying, Grady. I think that is just part of the strategy. Some people will build heroes and use stones. Some people will dark summon. That's just how it will work. I don't think there should be more incentives for stones. That's just how the system works. And I like the way it's set up. I don't think we should give, just because if you're putting a stoned hero into the pit, so be it. That's what happens. You shouldn't get anything for that, you know? That's how it should work, and that's how they've set it up, and I like it.
There we go. It's not broken. He likes it. Bolon, what do you think?
Matty, will you commit to 3 dark summons, heroes of your choice?
Wait, you mean like 6 heroes to make 3?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I could probably come up with that.
All right, 1,250.
I'll do it.
1250.
Take the points away if I don't do it.
1250, and he's doing it next Wednesday on Chaos Cast. Check that
out. Even better.
I love it. I'm freak. Dark summoning. Some of the best heroes out there. but is it OP and does it need to get fixed?
Definitely situationally OP, but that doesn't mean it needs to be fixed. The days when Dior stood, as one of the only mythic Dread Knights, that was a really special time, I think. And now just seeing how many there are now, it's kind of, but it's like, what do? You say like elite heroes can't be dark, so that's just lame. So it's an interesting progression of the game, but I'd say situationally OP, but I don't think you do anything with it.
All right. Situational OP, but you leave it alone. Bolon, what do you think?
I think Umfrink and I need to be friends. But other than that, in terms of the question, I feel like that's a 1,200 point answer right there. I feel like I think that's probably the most accurate summary. Like, yes, there are situations, if you're Be Easy and you're burning 80 plus Dragoons and Sages, 15 Dread Knights, like, yeah, that dude is definitely come out with a monster of a hero out of that, but he freaking paid for it.
Earned
like both literally and figuratively, he paid for it. Like, he earned that hero. And I feel like that's kind of the basis of dark summoning, is if you want it to be OP, there's a cost.
Absolutely. Raph, same question. Dark summoning, OP, and it needs to get fixed yesterday. What do you think?
So excited to answer this question. Bolon, thank you for shouting out Fight Club before. As you know, Bolon, I have pitched a game variant that I would love to implement someday, whether it's with Fight Club or whether I could collaborate with Lism Labs. I can't wait for the moment in time where it's like the AI Uprising, the heroes from the pit are PvE material. I cannot wait for that to exist in the game where we can go fight them because the Necromancer has brought them back. I don't know. It'll be so much fun. To answer the question, I think it is unequivocally an example of power creep. With that said, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It solves so many great challenges or great problems that we have inside the ecosystem. And most importantly, for PvP in the future, it helps balance the playing field. Now we have opportunities to get to summoning these mythic level heroes or heroes with advanced abilities. As I'm getting more and more comfortable with the game, I'm starting to get into it a little more. For a very long time, I had not summoned any dark summoned heroes, and now I'm going to.
I love it. Power creep, but it's not bad. It solves all our problems, or at least a lot of them. Bolon, what do you think?
Raph is speaking to my heart here. He can vouch. The first time he mentioned that, I almost had a stroke, because it's something that I've been just periodically, happening to throw out there internally on a regular basis of like, hey, how cool would it be if you had to fight the heroes you killed? Like, what a shame that would be. That would be a pretty cool dungeon. So the moment he mentioned that, that was just music to my ears, that other people were having that same thought. I fully agree with what you said about power creep. It absolutely is a power creep, but power creep is an integral part of games as well. So it's just balancing that power creep. I feel like you really hit the nail on the head there. I'd say that's a 1,200 pointer.
Damn.
I love it. I love it. Last but not least on this question, Samich, dark summoning. It's OP and it needs to get fixed. What are we doing?
Jeez. So I'm gonna get to that in just a second. First of all, shout out Be Easy. Him and I have actually been swapping our Gen Zeros for pairs. And when I was out last week, I was like, listen, man, I don't have time. I just sent my Gen Zero to him. I was like, please don't rug me. Just summon with it. Send me whatever is my share. And he sent me my hero back. Like, shout out that guy. In terms of dark summoning, I do think it is OP, but you have to view that in the context of, like, in what context is it OP? Well, I think it's going to be OP in PvP, but Workhorse has said a Dread Knight, just because you have a Dread Knight with a Transcendent skill doesn't necessarily mean you're going to, like, you could be beat by people with basic heroes. So I say it's OP in the sense that if you follow a strat that I've been doing for a very long time, which is you're not really going for class mutations, you're just trying to hit the primary class you want, the subclass you want, and the rarity you want with a greater stone, you're hitting. I have heroes that are hitting over 100% roll on dexterity on the primary, and like 72, 80 with on the secondary roll, and so their dex is going to be OP for sure. And I'm going to crap on all of you.
Are these archers or spellbows?
Archers. I just go archers with a warrior, pirate, or archer subclass. Any one of those three subclasses with a greater dex stone, your roll without a crystal is gonna be 37-ish%, and then with your greater crystal,
sure,
hitting 72% of your secondary rolls.
Punch alpha.
Bolon, some punch alpha for sure. What do you think? How many points?
First, let's throw another 1,000 honorary to Be Easy for being a stand-up dude and borrowing Gen Zeros and not rugging anybody and honoring the deals, because that's I say all the time there's no trust in crypto, but trust in crypto is everything. And yes, that's a contradiction, and that's the contradiction we all live in. So shout out to Be Easy again, just for being a stand-up dude. As far as Sandwich Punch's answer goes, I mean, that is first off some incredible alpha that I might be messaging you later about, but also in addition to that, I feel like that's a really real take on it of how to make it actually OP, which is pretty cool actually. So I'm gonna give that one another 1,200.
I love it.
I love that Be Easy's in first place right now.
Oh yeah.
Based on my rough mental math, he's like top 3.
Yes.
We said backstage the winner would not be on stream. That's a fact. That's
what y'all don't know is that the last question, I'm just going to award like tens of thousands of points.
Well, Maddie, you are in the lead here. Second place, we've got Freak, followed by a very close Raph here. So we'll just go to our next question. Beef, this one's for you. Let's get us started here. Great. My guy. Before can we get a yeah, baby? We need to hear it. I need it for me, for my own, for me.
He's filthy. He's nasty, and he needs a yeah, baby.
Wait,
yes.
Wait, is this a question we have to go around the horn saying yeah, baby? Like, this is unfair. Like, no, I throw in the towel. Like, I'm out. Like.
That is not the question, but I needed that. I needed that in my soul today. So no, the question's not that, but huge kudos, huge shout out to Grady nonetheless. You've done some awesome work for us in the community. No one's spilling alpha because apparently there's some NDAs. What's up with that? Lawyers do something. We may or may not be contestants on a crypto game show titled Next Crypto Gem. Whether it's this show or maybe, we hit, some other big, YouTube celebrity picks up on DFK and we get that re-exposure, into the masses. I mean, from that re-exposure coming, what are you wanting to get? I mean, what's the messaging you would want to have delivered? What's the takeaway that you would want to sort of have people's attention recaptured? Beeve, from this tremendous exposure, however it comes, what do you want people to take away from DFK?
Well, for me and some guys I hang out with, that's kind of been our mission. We fell in love with this project a long time ago. The project's evolved. It's gotten much more difficult, especially with these skill trees for the heroes that we have. And I really just forgot where I was right now in the question. What was the question? Say it again real quick.
The question is,
you ate some of Masha's
No,
brownies
I didn't. Listen, I have a great answer for this. Okay, so I got this. So this is really what me and my friends have been doing is we have a passion for this project. We love this project. So we've been building the community up. We've been trying to have a cool place to teach these people how to engage in this game, win in this game, right? So when the people do come, and a lot of the guys on the show are doing it too, like all of you. So it's a beautiful thing to have prepared for. So when the people do come, they're going to have a ton of great people helping them win in this game. So I mean, that's really it for me. So
I love it. Bolon, winning together. What do you think of that?
Taco Bell and Mountain Dew too. Again, let's see if it works this time.
So I'm going to withhold my additional commentary on the end on this one, but I will add a couple comments on the end. But I feel like Beef started us off on a real good thread. You know, he didn't mention Taco Bell though, so we're going to go with 1100.
I did
Beautiful.
mention Taco Bell. What's wrong with your mic?
Did you? All right, 1150.
Jesus. All right. Love you, Bolon.
Maddie, you know, people hear about DFK all over again. I mean, what do you want them to take of the project that maybe they didn't capture that first time around?
Yeah, actually, I'm pumped that this question ends on Grady being the last one to talk about it. I'm very excited about this.
Yes.
But I think and watch the last time we did this. We talked a lot more about marketing on our last panel show. But I think I am nervous about. I don't want to be like beggars shilling a project. I want to show how smart and how much the team has like worked on this project and how much there is to do in it and how much it offers people when you're playing a game, and not necessarily. I don't want the marketing to be like shilling and be like, "Come do this," because it will blow up to 1 million. No, I want it to be, and I'm hoping the show will do that. It's what I've seen from Grady and what he's been talking to, you know, his show with Jet. It sounds like the show is going to emphasize how the project, you know, has all these cool features and this availability for everyone to do it. It's not just going to be a pump our bags kind of thing. So I think, there was no thesis to this answer, so pass.
Points for honesty.
Bolon, did you get points for honesty?
I mean, first off, there's always points for honesty, but secondly, I in my own honesty, I feel like you hit both the hope and the concern, right?
Yeah.
And I said I'm going to hold my comments to the end, so I will hold the rest of my comments to the end. But I feel like you did actually a really, really great answer, and I'm going to give you 1100 for it because I think you really nailed both sides.
Thank you.
Taco Bell and Mountain Dew on Maddie's behalf. Extra 50.
No,
Make it 1150.
I don't beg. All right, fine.
Unfreak. Same question. I mean, people hear about DFK for the first time, or they rehear about it from some of our favorite streamers, what have you. What do you want that takeaway to be? What's the messaging you're wanting to get out there?
Yeah, we want it to be the first timers. And for me, what got me really into DFK was reading the roadmap and basically just having a nostalgia burst of RuneScape. When I was remembering how I could just day trade items and end up getting my mithril and adamant armor from selling and buying feathers, and then I could do it in a crypto game, that was everything to me. So, and that time's coming. We still don't have items yet. We still don't have PvP, and that's going to be the time to market and do some like sweet morphing of like old nostalgia, like game inventories that morphs into DFK or so, just something like that. Figure out how to really show the Web 2 people that Web 3 can be, they can scratch that itch.
I love it. We're reaching those people for the first time, Bolon. I mean, what do you think? Points for Unfreak.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Unfreak an 1100 on this one again. I think you nailed it. I do want to throw two comments out there real quick that are not directly towards the crypto gym, but just in general, or the next crypto gym. Sorry, I'm watching commentary in the chat, but I can't respond to it without messing up my connection again. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to respond to it live real quick. As far as marketing goes, I just want to make two kind of general comments on DFK marketing. One, the more gameplay, the more marketing. So that's a big part of it, and that's something that Umfreak touched on. Is, you know, as we have more with PvP and more gameplay content, there's just more to naturally market, right? Because then you separate the marketing from the crypto side and market the game side, which I'm so unbelievably excited for. The other side of this, and somebody mentioned it in chat, is marketing during the bear is different than marketing during the bull. Marketing during the bull is get in front of as many faces as possible and run. Marketing during the bear has to be a lot more strategic, because if you get in front of all of these faces, but they don't have faith in crypto, or they're looking at the markets and going, this is way too down to enter, you're just wasting dollars to get in front of those faces right now, and they're not going to look again later. So it doesn't mean that there's no marketing, and it doesn't mean that we're not doing marketing, because we absolutely are, and I'm happy to talk about that at a later date. But it is two very, very different marketing strategies for we're marketing at, I mean, let's be honest, what, 98% down versus we're marketing and everything is great, and just by entering crypto, you're probably making money. Those are two very different strategies.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's two different spaces, right? I mean, or two different points in time. The strategy does change. I think part of the problem, and you don't have to respond to this, Bolon, I think part of the problem is there is so much happening behind the scenes that I'm sure many of us are unaware of. And just because we don't see it doesn't mean that, one, may not be happening, and two, that you guys are not working hard, to try and make things happen. I mean, it's in your best interest, right? If you win, we win, and vice versa. So I'll leave that at that. Raph, same question
I'd like
for you.
I'd like to award Bolon 1,300 points for answering for me. That's absolutely fantastic. Jumping in, taking that for me, pinch hitting, appreciate it. So yeah, I'll award 1,300 points to Bolon for Raph there. Thank you. All jokes aside, I loved your answer, and I really like what Umfreak touched on with the nostalgia of it. I think it's important to realize that what the Kingdom Studios team built is a gamified Dex. Now, I think let's address what the critics are going to say head on, which is that still does require a game. And yes, this game has taken longer, and it's been delayed more than I like, more than you, critic, has liked, more than the community has liked, and more than the team has liked. But I have so much faith in this team that they have put together, so much faith in this community that continues to develop, and so much faith after going to Minneapolis with this game studio that they have hired to build this PvP and PvE game. I am sworn to secrecy on things, but oh my gosh, am I excited about what they've built. And, the other part of this question was, Grady has been boots on the ground with connecting with people to the outside. And I'm so appreciative of him having that skill, going to all these conferences, going to Miami, going to ETH Denver, going to Minneapolis. I mean, he is our evangelist out there in the marketplace right now, and we need to leverage that. And so, it needs to be a game, and we need to have marketing. And Bolon, thank you for getting me 1,300 points. that you earned.
Bolon, how many points does Raph get?
You know what? I'm gonna bounce the 1,300 back to Raph, because he nailed it. He just hit it so directly on the head with, it's taken longer than we've liked. We aren't stoked about the delays either. Unfortunately, the real world still dictates what happens, whether we like it or not. And there were things that we just had to adjust to. And, that statement alone just sums up so much of the last 12 months.
Well played, Raph. Well played. I saw what you did there. Savage, same question for you. We got that exposure. What are you wanting the general public to get out of this, especially someone who's never heard about DFK?
Yeah. So before my 1 minute starts, I'm just trying to decide which drink I'm gonna drink
Oh!
here. And I don't know, maybe Bolon can help me decide.
Sandwich coming out strong right now.
Nice work. I knew you were up to something when you got off camera, Sandwich.
Okay, and guys, this is like I've got like 40 more of these. I just didn't
Oh
have
my
enough,
lord!
I just didn't have enough
Wow.
arm space. Okay, all right. So to the question, I would say first of all, stop being lazy and looking at the chart and just saying like, oh my gosh, it was a rug. Look at other like have a little bit of like emotional intelligence to not react that way and realize, you know, there was so much that happened in 2022. Look at so many projects, so many GameFi projects, and what happened to them. We're talking like 0.5% difference in drop, you know, 99.5 and 99%, right? So wake up and just look at what's happening. Look at what the team has built all throughout this. How many times did people say, oh my gosh, this is a rug, the team's rugging us? Like, if that's the case, Frisky and team could have been gone long ago, living on their island, and they haven't. They've consistently delivered this entire time. You may not like the price. I'm sorry, like that's crypto, but show me another team that's built as much during this time.
I
Also,
love that.
Shout out
Yep.
Panga, the subnet transactions. Show me another subnet or chain doing that many transactions.
Brilliant. I love you reading the chat. Yeah, and I mean it's a great take. Bolon, I love it. You know, DFK, the worst rug ever. As far as you guys are not good at it, right? You guys didn't rug us when it was $22. You guys are still here and working darn hard at it. I mean, what do you think? What do you give Sandwich?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta back that up. If this was a rug, we suck. Like, none of us sold at the top. We're really bad at this. But no, I mean, I think Sandwich is absolutely on point about, you know, delivering during the bear, and that's, I always go back to a statement that Frisky made forever ago, but it's just held so true of market up, build, market down, build, market sideways, build. So between the response and the wild selection of Mountain Dew that I am incredibly jealous of at this moment, I gotta give that one 1,500. Shit, he broke me. He broke me.
A comeback. I love it. Grady, I think it's almost appropriate you go last year. You've been sort of the messiah when it comes to this. If Jet called you tomorrow and he gave you some super secret alpha that he wouldn't be giving you because of the NDAs, and he told you, hey, you know, guess what? DFK is going to be on the next crypto gem. I mean, what are your thoughts? And first and foremost, and then really, I mean, what's the takeaway you want from that level of exposure?
What the takeaway we want, anybody who's getting into crypto, who knows, any veteran in crypto knows, first, what do you look at? You look for a team with core values that's not money driven. They have a purpose. There's a real world use case. They don't have dollar signs in their eyes that are looking at the 5 minutes in front of their face, but they have something, they have a why that drives them. Okay. And DeFi Kingdoms, check, check, check. Green check mark, green check mark, green check mark. The team is grinding. It's not about making money for them. They have the core values, looking out for the best interests of the community, even over their own best interests. And that's what the show's all about. The whole show is all about finding the actual next crypto gem. There's no way a show would be successful if it was just shilling projects. You get George in there, who's Mr. Skeptical on all projects. People are shilling him projects all the time. Okay, they look at the fundamentals of a project. Number one fundamental, the quality of the team, the core values of their team. What's their why? Number two, you look at the tokenomics, sustainable tokenomics, as some people have been putting it lately, right? That is deflationary. Ooh, we got Jewel. How about the partnerships? What's the use case? What are they doing? The blockchain, all kinds of stuff all over the place. It's the best kept secret in all of crypto, baby. All we got to do is get it on the map, get exposure, and educate people on what's actually going on with the ecosystem and with the team. There's no telling where it can go.
For the record, I gave you way more than a minute because I was not going to stop that rant. Brady, thank you very much. Bolon.
When
do you
a
think? How many
great rant
points?
starts, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
Gotta let it festers inside. No one needs that. Bolon, how many
I
points?
mean, I don't think it's been any secret that Grady has kind of been the man on the next crypto gym. So I want to award his points first, and then I do want to steal like 60 seconds of your show to talk for just a second. But I think Grady really hit it on the head. The crypto gym the next crypto gym has been something that he's been really passionate about since day one. And, he can vouch for me when I say this. When he first said it to me, I was like, no. And then the more that we've talked about it, we've gotten to learn a lot. I think that's a 1,300 point answer right there. But I am going to steal just a minute, and I just want to say, as far as the next crypto gem goes, it's such a convoluted topic, right? And it's not something realistically that we're going to talk about publicly. And I'm going to very, very limit my comments here now, because whether we end up on it or not is not going to be publicly known. What happens is not going to be publicly known. None of that is going to be publicly known. What I will comment on very briefly is our thought process on whether or not we even wanted to be involved in it. So as I mentioned a second ago, the first time Grady mentioned it to me, I was like, no, not a chance. Absolutely not. I want nothing to do with that. That sounds awful. And then the more we talked about it, so much of it just comes down to their vision and what they are actually wanting to do with this show. And so it took a lot of time and thought and discussion, both internally and with people related to it, on learning what their goals were. So whether or not we end up doing it, I have no comment. We're not going to talk about that. I will just say, as far as the show itself goes, their intentions seem to be pure. And that's really all you can ask for. They want to talk about crypto. They want to enhance not just the projects that end up on the show, but the industry as a whole. What they don't want to do is have a show where they talk about rug pulls and scare people away from crypto. They want to find a way to enhance the industry as an entirety. And that is something that I respect, whether we're involved with it or not, whether we choose to apply or not, whether we get selected or not. None of that matters. Their goal is to make the crypto industry better than it is today. And that's something that I have a lot of respect and appreciation for.
3,500 points for Bolon on that one. I mean, no, thank you for saying that. I think
Can I win the show that I judge? Because I think I might be in the lead now.
Why not? I mean, why not? No. Thanks for saying that. I think it was. I imagine many of us wanted to hear something like that, and I appreciate you taking the time to sort of relay that to us. It means a lot to have those sentiments. I know you guys have the utmost best interest for the project itself, and you guys are wary for a good reason, because you guys care. I think
I've said it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go for it. No. Go for it.
I was just going to add one more comment. I've said it a few times, and I keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it. Right now, there is no competition in GameFi specifically. The industry is too small. But even in crypto as a whole, the only way that crypto grows and the only way that GameFi grows is by the industry growing. More platforms, more exposure, more projects that actually have good intentions are the only way that this industry succeeds. And DFK can only succeed so far if the industry doesn't. It's just a simple fact. It is what it is. We can't be this incredible, unbelievable thing that we fully intend to be if people won't invest in crypto. It's not an option.
I couldn't agree
That's another
more with
1,000
you.
points at least.
Absolutely,
there, baby.
Absolutely. And in the interest of time, we'll get one last question in here and try to end as close to 10 here as possible, 10 PST, because Bolon, that is the only time zone that matters. Prove me otherwise.
Wow.
And I'll boot you out of this stream.
Well, Sarge definitely doesn't win. Negative 5,000 points to Sarge.
Final question.
I wish I could say EST for life, but we're in stupid EDT now because daylight savings is the greatest rug of all times.
Hey, tell me about. Well, I'll mention this and I'll go to my question. Californians voted to make time change sort of against the law. I don't know how we do that. I don't know what happened. We still changed our time.
So did Floridians.
I bet they did do that.
So did Floridians, and I'm betting the same thing happened to y'all as happened to us. And the Feds said, "Nah, that'll mess up trading route or like shipping routes. You can't do that."
Yeah, we still changed our time. Anyhow, Maddie, we'll have you start us off. This one's an interesting one. Do I believe the way I worded the question? Not necessarily, but I wanted to elicit some emotion, and I think it's only fitting I ask you the question first. There was a tweet recently that asked your opinion on whether you wanted to play an pre-alpha version of PvP. Simply put, what was your vote and why should it have been no?
Great, weird way to phrase that. My answer is a wholehearted 100% yes. I personally want to play. I am dying to get my hands on this game, no question. Now, talking about the why you would answer no. I do see why you would want to answer no, because there are a lot of people out there in the Twitterverse, on the internet, who will see a clip, who will see what like a version of it that is still being built, that has problems, that freezes, that has bugs, what have you, because this is an early version of alpha that is like still being developed, and that person on the internet will make a tweet and say like, well, this game is stupid, it will never go anywhere, and then that will go viral, and then I don't want that to happen. So I understand why people would say no. Like that is why you would say no, is because that fear. Now, I still think it would be more beneficial for community members to get a handle of it and play it, because then we can then hype it up and talk about it.
Bolon, what do you think?
I'm again going to bite my tongue until the end of this one, but I'm going to give Maddie 1,200 points for that answer.
Oh, okay. And thus far, you are the undisputed leader of the game show.
Let everybody
with
now.
No, I'm saying that now so that people can try and catch up. But you're leading the game. I won't say by how much, but you're leading.
Y'all better step it up.
Yeah. On Freak, you've had some hot takes. Your take on this one. PvP, it's great, it's hot, but should we be playing a pre-alpha? Should that be released?
No. Hot take.
Wow, that is hot.
Because, yeah, I mean, make it wait for alpha, right? It doesn't need to be pre-alpha. I mean, I just wouldn't want it to come out. I don't know what pre-alpha means. I mean, does it mean that, like, it's so clunky that you can't even I can't wait to feel the game mechanics, but as long as you can feel that, I would call that alpha. I don't even think that's pre-alpha. So, yeah, no, because pre-alpha is a little sketch. I can wait for alpha. And code is eager to crunch.
All right, I love it. There you go. So pre-alpha, he can wait. He doesn't need it today. He wants it to be a bit better. Bolon, how many points? A little bit more developed.
I'm going to end up biting my tongue in half on this question. I just want y'all to know. But you know what? I got to give that 1,400. That was not only an incredibly like hot take, let's be honest. The poll passed with 86% yes. Like that is absolutely a hot take. But you know what? It was an honest take, and I appreciate that.
I love it. I'm Freak. Hot takes for sure. Raph, you have an unfair advantage, I'd say, compared to maybe most of us here on the stream. You may have already played a pre-alpha, but pre-alpha, should it be released to the masses? And what did you vote on, and why should it be a no?
I'm totally only listening to every word of this, Raph. Don't worry.
I voted yes. I want the pre-alpha to be released to the community. And when I was out at Wisdom Labs, I had the opportunity to interview Ian, also see how handsome Bolon is in real life. And boy, I tell you, I mean,
Objection.
And in interviewing Ian, I asked him a question around Blades of Glory as the metaphor, but why are they building a complex game? And he said, because they can build a complex game. And I think fundamentally we have to keep that in mind when answering this question. They have built an incredibly intricate and complex game that matches the intricacy and complexity of the genetic system of the underlying heroes. If we wait for this game to be in beta or in final stages, we could be waiting another year. And so I think that getting a pre-alpha in, just like they said on their tweets, it allows us to give them valuable data on how the game is played. And I hope that the community can rally around the idea that this is pre-alpha and that we are delivering amazing information and that we, the community, are ultimately helping build this game.
I love it. Bolon, I mean, what are your takes? How many points? Pre-alpha, a good thing. They get feedback. What do you think?
I mean, that's I gotta give that 1500. That's on point. He does have an advantage, and I do acknowledge that. I do, if Sarge will agree. I'd give you 10 seconds to generally comment on what you saw.
Oh my God! Yes, I'm dying to know.
Wow. All right, only 10 seconds. That's a lot, or not enough. I mean, what I would say is I love that what I saw fit the feel of the game. It took all those things, the nostalgia that brought us into the game that we loved. Playing it, I felt that. It felt like an extension to what we already have come to love about this game. Sure, there was a few glitches here and there. And then I love just being around all these big brains. These guys are geniuses, and they're building this with the idea of it becoming an esport. And I believe that we'll be able to deliver a playable game well before that happens. So they're building not just the first step, but the second, third, fourth, and fifth step down the road. If the crypto industry withstands, this is going to be a major and a massive game in the future.
Let me ask you this.
Thanks, Bolon, for giving me the unleashing me there.
Your 10 seconds will start in another 2 minutes. So if you want to keep going.
Yeah, no kidding. I have to ask you this before we move on. On the scale, on the spectrum of not interested to the wife had to pull you back from selling the house to put more money into the game. Where does that, on a scale from 1 to 10? I mean, how much more pumped were you about DFK?
I've invested twice on each of the last paychecks. This is not financial advice.
NFA for sure.
Yes, it is financial advice. Go sell your wife, sell your husband, sell your kids, and go to the damn tavern and buy up all the heroes, baby.
I love the response. Well, before we get to you, Grady, Sandwich, let's ask you the question. You have the unfair disadvantage of not having seen it firsthand, but like most of us today, knowing what you do know, PvP, we're all excited for it. But do you want to play a pre-alpha? Is it good? What do you think?
So I responded yes, immediately yes to the poll. But the hot take here is on why we shouldn't is crypto degens are the most impatient and irrational people in the universe. And letting them see this much of how the sausage is made is a bad call. It's going to result in them fudding. Well, this is where we're at. It just it opens the door for those idiots with loud voices to cause damage. And I don't necessarily feel that way, but that's how I would argue that.
you know, but it's a legitimate take. I voted yes too, but some of those same fears. Um, you give Mr. Anonymous a forum and a space and the attention, and you know, pre-alpha can quickly go south. Bolon, what's your hot take?
No, I mean, as a blind take, that's a really not only hot take but accurate take. Absolutely a risk that has to be measured. That's an easy 1,300 point answer right there.
I love it. Grady, same question. I mean, again, unfair advantage, and maybe we get Bolon's permission to give you 3 hours to spill away. But no, I mean seriously. What did you vote? I suspect it was a yes. But why should it have been a no? I don't want to see pre-alpha PvP.
I'm telling you guys, I played the game. It was awesome. So you crazy, get the game out there. Awesome. Grow a pair team. All the FUD coming against this project. Are you kidding me? We got to get it out there, baby. It's awesome. I love it.
Oh my God. That's it. Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Bolon. It was short. It was
Grady's
simple.
Grady's answer versus mine and Sandwich, the attorneys, being like, "Well, I understand why both sides."
Grow a pair.
It depends.
Get it out there, baby.
Yeah,
It does depend.
Let's
It
go.
does depend.
Let's go. All the so there's a risk of not putting it out there. Here's the risk. We have a dying ecosystem. We have an exodus out of the ecosystem of 99+% of people that used to be in. All right, we got to get it going. It's a test. I played the test part, right? And that's going to be ultra crystal clear. Get it out there. We got to have the community testing it anyways. It's free testing.
Love it. Bolon, short, simple, sweet. What do you think? How many points?
Nearly brought me to tears from laughter. The self-censorship was hilarious, and that was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to respect the hype train. I'd give that a 1,300 right there.
I love it. Last but not least, Beeve. You saw the poll.
Good luck.
Did you vote yes or no? PvP.
Well,
should it be released pre-alpha? Yes or no? And why should it be a no?
well, I voted. I ran into that tweet and I voted yes. Give it to us. Let's play, right? But I think there's a fine line, and I've thought about this a long time, because I do think we need to get some of these passionate community members that are playing this game every day in here with their eyeballs on it. But I've played in a lot of PvP games that introduced a lot of stuff into it that was broken, and test nets are a real successful option to use when building a game and deploying a live game like this, right? So I would say that you need to have like a private test net, and I said I thought about this a lot, because I think maybe you have like a lottery and let people come in and play, right? And then the team is responsible for releasing some of that content in like a trailer or a series of YouTube videos so that the community can see and get hype about it, right? And then we have seasons on those players that are coming in and playing this PvP, right? So then we'll have another lottery the next week or 2 weeks or whatever the spacing might be. But at least we get the players that are passionate about this game in there. But I think it needs to be somewhat controlled. And there's bigger brains out there to figure this out. I'm just over here smoking on the couch with my brother and my friends. And we love this game and we want it to be successful, right? So yeah, man, I think there's got to be a way to get us in there, but be weary of the fudsters and stuff. We got plenty of people in the community that will crush that FUD, though. I got you on that too.
Absolutely. Bolon, how many points for Mr. Beef here?
I'd say that's a solid 1,200 point answer right there. It's a well thought out answer. I will hold, but if you deem to give me 30 seconds, I will respond to a couple things.
I will give you 2 minutes. Go for it. I want to hear it.
I'm going to try not to take 2 whole minutes. I don't want to say too much. I also can't say too much. I also don't know everything, although I am at least slightly more involved in this one. I would say that pre-alpha is still the absolute accurate description of this. I don't think it is as pre-alpha as some are concerned it may be.
Right.
So it's kind of a balance of, yes, it's still pre-alpha, because no, it's not perfect. No, everything isn't in it. There's going to be issues, but it's not like, hey, this was our first pass. Go try it out and see what you think. We are definitely not doing that. That would be terrible. We are past that first pass. I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be really good. I think people will have really positive experiences in it, which is always a benefit for us. But I also think that it will provide invaluable data to us for fleshing the rest of it out. I would just add, how do I say this delicately? Our goal is to not overly gatekeep it, but it won't just be like a literally anyone. So it will be relatively open. We want the volume. The volume is good. So we don't want to make it like, oh, these 15 people have access. That's not going to give us enough data. We want it to be pretty widely available, but enough that you still, like, in a way that you still would have some skin in the game to be interested enough to be taking advantage of it. I think that, obviously Raph and Grady had an advantage on this, but I think they would back me up when I say this. I think that it is at a stage where it will generate excitement while still maintaining the understanding that this is not done. It's just not done. It will be done, but this is the early phase of it.
I love it. Hot take for sure, Bolon. You win. Congratulations. We're done. I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate your commentary. I know it's I didn't necessarily have you on to sort of spill some of that commentary. Everything you've said throughout the episode has been spot on, solid. I think many of us wanted to hear that commentary. I know I certainly wanted it. I didn't expect it, so thank you for it. With that said, I've tallied points, so we'll do third, second, first place. So new to the show, but you've made a statement. Umfreak, third place with 6,100 points. Congrats!
Ow!
Yes,
Consistent hot takes.
Consistent hot takes for sure. Raph, last time you were on, you were a winner. Not this time. You take second place with 6,300 points. So you beat out Umfreak, but just a tad. And
wait, I forgot to just remind you guys how handsome Bolon is. Just when I met him in person, I was just
Final push.
blown away.
Is it enough?
It's just like he stood out in the Mall of America.
I don't know that you're buying.
That intro was just fire, Sergeant. Like,
that intro was fire. You know what though? I can give you another 500 points. But it won't make a difference because we have a tie for first place. Maddie and Grady, you guys tied, which is kind of impressive because I was telling behind the scenes and there's no way Bolon would have known to give anyone a tie. I don't know how you pull that off, but
I was throwing random numbers the whole time.
No, of course you did.
What's sudden death? Sudden death?
Maddie,
sudden death.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we would do sudden death, but
hold up. Can we do like a Dumbledore gives 100 points to Harry Potter thing? I just bought
Gryffindor must win.
I literally just bought 2 Mythic Thieves while we're on stream. I'm about to Dark Summon them.
Oh,
I'm not kidding about that. I am kidding about the points. I am kidding about the points. I'm kidding about the points. I'm not kidding about the summon though. I am.
Well, I would say sandwich. I will gladly lose if you want to send those to me. That's fine. I don't care about that.
That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Bolon, you decide. You're the judge. What are we doing?
Oh, don't put that on me. Don't put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
I say we let the chat. The chat has been on fire tonight, baby.
True.
Shout out to all you guys on chat. Let's let the chat.
You guys have been on.
Yeah.
All right. Let chat first decide how many points Sandwich gets for dark summoning 2 mythics, because that's worth it. I mean, Maddie got some points for agreeing to some dark summons earlier, and there weren't even requirements on those heroes.
Yeah,
Then
they'll be
we
commons,
can also
so
right. So if he's about to dark summon some mythics, that's worth some points.
Yeah, give it to him.
So yeah, you know, I'm
don't
gonna
wanna-
say
I don't want to screw it up.
Hey, is it worth more points? Like, let's look backwards now. Who's done more dark summoning, Matty Pesk or
Crypto Grady, 100%
Grady
more than me.
did, yeah, yeah.
Grady.
I know
I've
your
done
friends,
10,
Grady.
I think.
so-
Like,
soon to be 13.
So will you-
yeah.
We'll do this, and we'll do this because of this. Grady, you've been a tremendous cheerleader. I'm deciding you've been a tremendous cheerleader and an advocate for the team. I think all of us truly owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude. That's sincerely coming from the heart. I mean, without you sort of being our rah-rah cheer, many of us would want to sort of dedicate the time and effort to be doing what you're doing, and many of us can't for reason X, Y, Z. You're doing it. You're doing it. I don't know if you sleep. I don't know when you sleep, when you eat. You are built different, and as a result,
He doesn't eat. I went to a restaurant with him. He didn't eat. He might be a robot. I confirmed.
AI, we had the AI question.
Android.
We had the AI question.
He looked at
With
the
that
food funny
said-
and turned it away. It was a little odd.
With that said, Grady, who are you repping? Do you remember? If not, I'll have to go back on the stream.
Rich, baby, Rich, my boy,
Rich Kimbo.
Baby.
Yes. So
who's
Rich,
in a fantasy basketball league with George. I am George, and he
get out of here.
But George beat him. He got second, and George got first.
How do you keep this info in your brain? What?
That he's repping DeFi Kingdoms right there in fantasy basketball. I am George.
Who is this?
Baby.
Who is this rich guy, and why I've never heard of him? That's impressive. Well, congrats, Rich. Well, you've won. You get 2 gray eggs, but I feel like I'd be rugging whoever you rep. Maddie, who were you repping?
Dude, vibes.
Vibes. I'll send you 2 blue eggs. Get in touch with me on Twitter or Discord. I'll put my let me see, my Twitter here, Sergeant Filthy McNasty, I think is what it is. And that's my Discord. Yeah, Raph having to duck. Get a hold of me or comment on the video, and I'll be sure to get those over to you. With that said, you guys have all been tremendous. Thank you very much. I can't say enough. It's been fun. I enjoyed doing these, and we'll sign off with that. Any final comments from you, Bolon, before we call it a day?
Well, I was gonna say, shout out to Bolon.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us,
God,
Bolon. You had to come up with a whole lot of bullshit. You had to answer every single one. Shout out, baby.
Hey, thanks for having me on. It was awesome. Everybody up here is just absolutely phenomenal, and I love every one of you. Thank you for letting me come on here and have some fun with you guys, and I look forward to continuing on.
All right. Well, with that said, we'll catch you next time. It's been fun. Sarge out, crew out.
That all those